Let's take a look at what this could all mean for the president and his relationship with Congress. For that, we turn to our CBS News political analyst, Mr. John Dickerson. John, it's good to see you in person.
Russ, good to see you this morning.
They are calling President Obama the comeback kid. How big of a victory was this for him yesterday?
It's pretty fast, you know. The election was supposed to be a repudiation of the president. Now, just 5 weeks later, he's coming back already. He gets blamed when things go badly, but when things go well, he gets the signing ceremony. So this is good for the president in the short term. He gets to sort of be in control of the agenda. In the long term, though, really the only thing that matters is the economy. This might help with that, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out to really know if this is a big turning point.
What was interesting about this signing ceremony is you take a look at these pictures right there. No Nancy Pelosi, no Harry Reid. How much damage control does the president have to do in his own party?
Well, right. That's the new shape of things for the president. He put himself in the middle of what he said were two warring factions, and some of the people who lost in this deal, Nancy Pelosi, the leader of the Democrats in the House, is one of them, and that's the way it's going to maybe look going forward. He's got some damage control to do because he's going to need those folks for votes going down the line, and he's going to have some fights with Republicans, and he's going to need his side behind him in those fights in the future.
Speaking of Republicans, how big a win was this for Republicans?
It's a big win. They said to the president, we're not going to move on this tax cut question. You've got to extend these Bush tax cuts for everybody or we're going home. And it was a game of chicken, and the president blinked a little bit on this. But the Republicans' big win, of course, was the election. And they were able to say to their constituents, look, we have enough power. You gave us the power in the election. Here we're exercising it for something you care about. So it was a big win for them, too.
Of course, health care was bulldozed through Congress. The president will not have that luxury, especially with the new Congress coming in. Are we seeing a new President Obama in terms of his political prowess here?
We are, by force, because the Democrats lost a lot of these seats in Congress, and the new Congress has a new shape, so he's going to have to do what he did on this one, which is say ideologues on the left and right want two things, and if they are left to their own devices, we're going to have a crack up. I'm going to step in the middle here and be the adult. The problem for the president going forward is this deal, basically both sides decided to give the other what they wanted. Going forward, the budget deficit has to be taken into some account, and in those kinds of fights, both sides won't be able to give the other side basically what they want and not worry about the cost, and that will make the fights even harder going forward.
Let's move on to the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. As we said, the Congress takes up a rare Saturday session today to take that up. Looks like it's going to pass. Another big victory for the president?
It will be a victory for the president, not as big as the tax cut, but a very important victory for his base. It's something that a lot of Democrats care a great deal about, and it's something the president wanted to pass. And also, victories are victories. And for a president, again, who was seen damaged by the last election, it's nice to be able to just chalk these victories up on the board, and particularly when you've got Democrats angry at you about the tax cut deal, it's nice to say, hey, I'm delivering for you on this other thing that you care very much about.
President's poll numbers are still down. Does the average voter take a look at this and say, you know what, this guy is now doing a good job? His poll numbers may go up. How does the average person look at that?
I think particularly on the economy, they like to look at the president doing something and doing something on the issue they really care about. And that's why this tax deal is important, because the president said, look, I'm fighting here for the American people and the middle class. And that's what folks tell pollsters, is they want their politicians in Washington fighting for them and getting something done. And so activity benefits the president, again, in the same way that inactivity hurts him. So this is a good week, a good way for the president to end this year, and he's got a tough one coming ahead of him.
Okay. John Dickerson in New York, not Washington today. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Good to see you.